Hello and welcome to MarketSquare, your go-to show for deep insight into business and economic trends. I'm Olaitan Adebayo, and today we are diving into some major financial and policy decisions shaping the nation, from the CBEX investment fallout to new moves in the minimum wage negotiations. Stay tuned as we break down this development. Social media platforms have been buzzing with widespread claims that CBEX, a controversial investment platform, is a Ponzi scheme. The heated debate reached new heights after users reported that their funds mysteriously vanished from their wallets. The recent crash of CBEX, a high-yield investment platform now widely referred to as Pro Max, has sparked significant frustration as investors voiced their anger and disappointment. The platform frequent domain change further fueled suspicions about its legitimacy. The platform restricted withdrawals on April 9, 2025, claiming a security breach and assuring users that services will resume on April 15th. However, skepticism continues to grow. Despite previous warnings, investors were drawn in by the platform's promises of 100% returns within 30 days and referral bonus in USD. Some users claim to have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, with trillions of nairas now potentially trapped. Tensions have escalated with reports of angry investors looting CBEX offices in Ibadan. Desperate for answers and justice, the public outcry on platforms like X continues to mount. In a series of social media posts, CBEX denied shutting down, asserting that it was investigating accounts suspected of illegal arbitrage and money laundering. They reassured users that funds were safe and urged the public not to panic. The Securities and Exchange Commission has declared CBEX an illegal operator, citing its lack of registration. During a virtual session on the Investment and Security Act ISA 2025, SEC Director General Emomotimi Agama stated that any platform not registered with the SEC is operating unlawfully. Under ISA 2025, operators of Ponzi schemes now face up to 10 years in prison and fines of 40 million naira. The Financial Crime Commission has launched preliminary investigation, partnering with the Interpol to track both Nigerian and foreign suspects linked to CBEX. EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyewale confirmed ongoing effort to recover stolen funds and prosecute those responsible. He emphasized that the Commission is also working to uncover similar fraudulent schemes operating nationwide. The CBEX saga is a harsh wake-up for investors at the heart of the The CBEX saga is a harsh wake-up for investors. At the heart of the matter is a need for better understanding of how legitimate businesses operate. In a normal business environment, profits are declared either quarterly, biannually, or annually, depending on the structure and industry. Any platform promising returns in 30 days or less, especially those claiming 100% profits, is simply too good to be true. To put this in perspective, the Central Bank of Nigeria's current interest rate stands at 27.5%. No credible investment in the country is offering double that rate in just a month. And yet, thousands of Nigerians have continued to pour money into schemes like CBEX without properly vetting their business models. The real issue here is not just the scheme itself, but the case with people falling victim. Many investors jump into without checking whether CBEX was registered with the Securities and Exchange Commissions or any other financial regulatory body. That lack of due diligence has now cost them dearly. Investors must learn to ask questions, understand the legal background of any platform that they engage in, and ultimately resist the temptation of fast, unrealistic gains. Despite numerous financial literacy campaigns by both government and private stakeholders, this incident shows that there is still a huge knowledge gap when it comes to recognizing and avoiding financial traps. Authorities continue to warn against falling for unrealistic promises of quick returns and urge the public to prioritize financial literacy. As the investigation unfolds, the call for regulatory vigilance and investor caution has never been louder. While the CBEX collapse continues to send shockwaves through Nigeria's investment space, another critical issue is brewing, one that directly affects the wallets of millions of Nigerians. The ongoing struggle over the national minimum wage has re-entered the spotlight as organized labor gears up for fresh negotiations with the federal government. Despite the implementation of the new national minimum wage across Nigeria's 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, concerns continue to mount over the escalating price of living. While states now average a minimum wage of 73,471 naira, slightly above the federal benchmark of 70,000, labor unions argue that the real value of this wage has already been eroded by inflation. Less than a year into the rigorously negotiated new wage law, the new salary structure has lost much of its value, triggering a fresh agitation from stakeholders. Inflation remains a persistent threat. At 24%, the country's headline inflation rate has effectively wiped out more than a quarter of the purchasing power of nominal incomes. The average state minimum wage of 73,471 naira is now worth about 55,000 naira in real terms, comparable to pre-wage increase levels. Labor union stakeholders have noted that while the base wage has been implemented, the consequential adjustment meant to elevate all wage levels in response to inflation has not yet been finalized in several states. This delay has worsened financial pressure on middle and low income earners, impacting their ability to meet daily needs and save for emergencies. The economic effect of this situation is very severe, with a worker earning 70,000 now spending an estimated 37,650 naira monthly of their income just to eat one healthy meal daily. There's little left for transportation, rent, healthcare, or children's education. This imbalance is feeding into broader economic challenges such as declining consumer demand, slowed retail activity, and reduced productivity due to employee stress and burnout. In a broader picture, the sharp drop in real wages has contributed to an expanding informal economy as workers seek side hustles to stay afloat. Formal sectors are seeing decreased efficiency, rising employee turnover, and growing discontent that may trigger strikes or protests, posing a potential threat to macroeconomic stability. Human rights groups have also criticized the wage, calling it among the lowest globally. With the naira's devaluation and skyrocketing costs, critics argue that even 70,000 cannot sustain a family of 3 for a month in today's Nigeria. The labor union has been commended for ensuring that the renegotiation cycle was reduced from 5 years to 3 years, an important step that allows the movement to push for minimum wage that's better aligned with the rising trends. While 70,000 is acknowledged as grossly inadequate, the adjustment is seen as a step in the right direction, considering the limited resources available to the federal government. The removal of the fuel subsidy, though painful, was described as ineffective and the only viable option at that time, further exposing the deep economic mismanagement of the previous administration. But the aftermath has been a heavy burden. The regulation of fuel prices, rising power tariffs, and the devaluation of the naira have combined to create a multi-layered cost-living crisis. These pressures have slowed down small businesses' growth, increased production costs, and tightened credit access, leading to slower GDP growth and higher unemployment rates. With the next round of negotiation due in 2026, labor unions are already setting their sights on a new wage structure that not only counters inflation but also reflects the real cost of living, advocating for an economy where workers can earn enough to live and not just to survive. In a bold move to strengthen Nigeria's local manufacturing and reduce Nigerians' dependency on imported goods, the federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to ending the importation of photovoltaic solar panels. The shift is part of the country's broader effort to foster domestic production, which has so far cost over 200 billion naira in imports. During a recent roundtable meeting, it was revealed that efforts are underway to make Nigeria a hub for renewable energy equipment manufacturing. Lagos is set to play a pivotal role in leading the local production of solar panels. Existing solar panel assembly in Lagos have seen their production capacity grow significantly, which will further contribute to reducing Nigerians' reliance on imported solar panels. There are also plans for the establishment of a lithium battery assembly plant in Lagos with substantial investment. This investment is part of a larger strategy to stimulate local manufacturing and reduce reliance on imports, ultimately boosting Nigeria's renewable energy infrastructure. Supporting this initiative, the government has emphasized its commitment to supporting local solar panel production. It was pointed out that there is already a solar panel manufacturing facility in the country, and several private companies are already producing solar panels. The government is committed to backing this effort through initiatives aimed at ending the importation of solar panels and ensuring local industries. However, this bold move has not been without controversy. The Renewable Energy Association of Nigeria has expressed concerns over the potential impact of an outright ban on solar panel imports. While acknowledging the importance of local manufacturing, the association warned that such a drastic move could disrupt the renewable sector's growth impact on Nigeria. For the average Nigeria, the potential impact of ending solar panels could be significant. With the national grid failing to provide reliable power, solar energy has become essential for many Nigerians. Businesses rely on solar panels to sustain operations, while household and rural communities use it for lighting, refrigeration, and power extension appliances. This move aims to promote local manufacturing, but it could lead to higher costs in the short term if local production cannot meet the demand for solar panels. This could worsen the energy challenges faced by Nigeria, who rely on solar system. If local production capacity is not adequately developed, the country risks facing shortage and price hikes, leaving vulnerable population without access to affordable and reliable solar energy. While the move to stop the importation of solar panels aligns with the broader goal of boosting local manufacturing and reducing dependency on foreign goods, the implementation of such a policy requires careful consideration. Without sufficient preparation and investment in local production capabilities, the policy could disrupt the renewable energy sector and leave millions of Nigerians, especially those relying on solar panel, at risk of a power crisis. On the global front, Nigeria has struck a new partnership aimed at boosting its innovation economy. In collaboration with Japan, the federal government has signed a $30.9 million deal to empower local startups and drive sustainable development through tech and entrepreneurship. At the heart of the deal are two major projects valued at $30.9 million. The first, worth $9.9 million, will fund the creation of startup in Abuja to be implemented by the National Information Technology Development Agency. The hub is expected to serve as a nerve center for Nigeria's innovation ecosystem, providing entrepreneurship with mentorship, networking opportunities, technical support, and access to essential resources. The second project, estimated at $21 million and managed by the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, will develop a supportive environment for social startups. The aim is to provide a stronger foundation for entrepreneurs developing solutions to social challenges, ensuring that innovation translates into lasting impact. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Bagudu, praised the bilateral synergy, noting that the project aligns perfectly with the administration's renewed hope agenda. He assured the Japanese delegation of Nigerians' unwavering commitment to successful implementation of both interventions. The Japanese officials described the agreement as a historic milestone, emphasizing Japan's long-standing commitment to Nigeria's development, saying they also revealed that Nigeria is the first country selected by Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs to pilot this kind of fund project, a testament to Nigeria's strategic importance and growing startup potential. Significantly, the fund will run for 13 years and NSIA will manage its operations, a bold model that ensures long-term support for socially driven innovations. This development holds significant economic implications. First, it signals stronger investor confidence in Nigeria at a time when country needs foreign direct investment. By channeling funds into technology and youth-led entrepreneurship, the initiative could help create new jobs, reduce unemployment, and ease pressure on public infrastructure. It also presents a pathway for increased non-oil exports, a diversified tax base, and improved human capital development. In the long term, these factors could support macroeconomic stability and reduce dependency on volatile oil revenues. The Japanese commitment is focused on tech and entrepreneurship, two areas Nigeria has flagged as critical for sustainable growth. With a youthful population, rising tech hubs, and a growing startup ecosystem, Nigeria is poised to become a major player on the global innovation stage if the right investments are made. For Nigeria, this could mean increased access to tech infrastructure, skill development, and job creation, particularly for young people. It's a welcome shift in tone from traditional aid towards partnership and empowerment. And with Japan's advanced technology and global reach, Nigeria could benefit not just from funding, but also from knowledge transfer, global market access, and stronger diplomatic ties. And that's a wrap on today's episode of MarketSquare. From safeguarding investor interest to empowering local industries and forging global partnerships, the road ahead will demand vigilance, reform, and innovation. Stay with us as we continue to track down these developments and their broader impact on business and society. I'm Olaitan Adebayo. See you on the next one.